All right, hello, and welcome to part 2 of setting up your podcasting equipment. You're back here with me, Colin Blakely from Our Lady of Peace. And if you watched the last video, you should have pretty much everything set up as far as equipment. This one's going to look more at software and sort of getting you going on that end. One thing you'll probably need to do is go to the Soundcraft website and download a driver for it. And you can see the address there, soundcraft.com/en-us products, Notepad 5, #features. And what that's going to do, and I just got this by literally Googling Soundcraft Notepad 5, which is the one that comes with the kit. So you're going to need to more than likely download the firmware, depending on whether you have an Apple or whether you have a PC, Mac or PC, it'll be one or the other. The next thing I'm going to go into is the actual setup. There's a little bit tricky step, and these are actually just directions I got off of this website that you see here. But it's something that we have to do every time because our school-issued laptops run off of Windows 10. So if you have a laptop that runs off Windows 10, you will need to do these next steps. MacBook users, I don't know. I don't have a MacBook, so I'm not able to test this out. But you may also have to do something similar, although MacBooks are pretty good about automatically doing some of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a video I shot. It's a little bit poor quality, unfortunately, because it was just me shooting the screen. But because we're actually restarting the computer in order to do this, I couldn't capture it in the same way that I'm capturing this. So I'm going to switch over to that video, and you'll see the steps that you need to do, and then we'll come back. All right, here we go. Here's that video I was talking about. I'm going to go ahead and maximize that. And sorry, it is low quality, but this is something that you'll need to do every time if you have a computer running Windows 10. So the first thing you're going to do is come down to the corner, as you see there, hit Settings, and on Settings you'll see you'll see Updates and Security. You're going to click on Recovery over on the left tab. And go down, there's 3 options. You're going to do Advanced Settings, which is the bottom of those 3. You hit Restart Now. And when you do, it's going to tell you to wait. Go ahead and please wait. It's going to bring up another menu here with 3 options, and you want the center one, Troubleshoot. Go ahead and click on that, and then click on Advanced Options. And it's going to bring up this menu, and the one you want is Startup Settings. Go ahead and click on that guy, and you'll see this, and you have to hit Restart. And when you do that, it's literally going to restart your computer. I'm going to exit out of this since I could not do it. Literally shut off my computer. So I just did this. This is the menu that will pop up on your computer once you have restarted it. And the one that we're looking for is number 7, Disable Driver Signature Enforcement. Windows 10 has some just signature drivers, and it will default to them, and it won't use the driver from the firmware that you downloaded unless you do these steps each time. All right, so once you've done that, you should be good. Also, you should make sure before you hit number 7 on this that the Notepad 5 is plugged in to your laptop via the USB cable. You'll see there'll be one. It's like two different USB ends. There's a spot on the Notepad that'll say USB. Plug it into there, and then just plug it into any USB jack on your computer. And it will, when you pop it up, it will recognize the Notecraft after you've done these steps, assuming that you've installed a driver. I hope that wasn't too jargony. This is the only step that's like maybe a little bit tricky, just because you have to remember to do all those steps each time. The first couple podcasts that we did, I just had written all those down, and I would, just do the restart process, and then once it was up and running, it was usually pretty good. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the software that Paul and I use for our podcast. It's called Audacity, and it's a free software, and it works really well. And it's free. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that up, and we can take a look at how that works. All right. Here we go. I just opened up Audacity here, which is, as I said before, the software that we use to record the podcast and also to edit it. So this will capture it, and then you can, make it sound nice. The first thing we're going to do, I do have a little caveat here. Because I'm not hooked up to the equipment, we keep it at the school, and I'm at my home right now. So because I'm not hooked up to it, I'm going to tell you what it's going to look like, but it won't be exactly what you see on the screen. So first thing you need to do is come over here to where it says microphone array. Now, if you leave it on this, it's going to default to the microphone that's built into your laptop or your Chromebook or your MacBook or whatever you have. You might have a fairly decent one in there, but it's not going to be using those expensive microphones and mixer and everything that you just took all that time setting up. So super important that you come over to this microphone array. And again, because I'm not hooked up to it, you won't see it. But on this drop-down menu, you should see Soundcraft Notepad 5. You want to make sure and click on that. And you can also come over here to speakers and click on Soundcraft again. That'll make sure that what you're hearing in your cans, your headphones, is what's coming through the microphone. Because I don't have that set up here, obviously you're not going to see that. All right, and the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click to start monitoring. And when you do that, you should see your levels here. This is my voice. The green line is indicating how loud I am. This will tell you, if you're seeing nothing here, this will tell you that you missed a step hooking up your setup, or you haven't plugged it in. But you want to make sure this will tell you, okay, the program itself is reading sound, right? The sound that's coming out of my mouth. And then you're ready to go at this point. So to start recording, you simply hit the record button, and you can see that's my voice. These are the individual sound waves, the sound that's coming out, and that's making a recording right now. You do podcast, blah, 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 blah. When you're done, hit stop. And now you can actually come in and edit. One thing I've found as the editor is that I say certain things a lot. My principal, Paul, says certain things a lot. I tend to say the word like. People say the word a lot. It just gets repetitive. Also, like a lot of times you'll have false starts. People will start a thought, realize that that's not what they meant, stop mid-word, and then restart it. And you can leave all that stuff in. That's up to you how much you want to come through and edit. But if you are like me and you want a little bit of a cleaner, more professional sound, you can actually come in and edit that stuff out. Also, every once in a while, we'll have guests a lot, and every once in a while, we'll have maybe a little off-color comment or something that maybe is just not quite ready to go out. This is where you can come in and play it and, just take that right out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and we should be able to hear the audio I just recorded. All right, and then you saw right here, as it went over there, I said the word Well, let's say I wanted to take that out. I can have that there. I can come through, I can highlight it. Okay, like that. That's the word Hit delete on my keyboard, and that is gone. Now, if you play it, see another So when I edit, a lot of what I do is just come through and find get rid of them. Also, and this is something I do a lot, I smack my lips. I'll be like, so blah, blah, blah. Some people find that annoying. Again, if you're like me and you want a really clean file, you just come in, you find a little lip smack. That's probably one right there. Delete it. You can also do things like you can add theme music. That's one thing we have is an intro and outro song. And what I did was I went to, there are various places online that just have free to use music catalogs. YouTube's got a huge one. You literally just Google, free music to use on podcasts, and you can find some. So I downloaded a file, and then what I do is I hit File, Import Audio, and that'll bring up, okay, and you can see here are some ones I used. This is our main one that we were using initially as an intro music. If I click on that and I hit open, it'll open up, and that's down here, that's that song file. So let's say I usually just want a few seconds at the start. What I'll do is I will just get rid of all that because I don't need that, delete it. And I'll come back in here and I can actually move, there's a little move tool there, I can move the start of the voice there. So now what it's showing me is just the beginning part will be music, then the voice will come in. The other thing I can do is I can highlight this because I don't want a real abrupt drop off of that music. I can highlight it and I can go to Effect and I can fade it out. You can see that file just literally went down to nothing. Let's see what this sounds like now that we've kind of forward button. And you can see. So see, you get kind of the idea. So you can edit it. You can get as much or as little into this as you want to. This was all kind of stuff I knew how to do somewhat before I started. So to me, this was pretty easy to incorporate into the podcast. If this is above your level, like you can just straight up, just start and say, hey, this is our podcast. Welcome. Here I am, your principal, blah, blah. Like you don't have to add music stings or any of that. But if you want to, that's how you do it. When you're all done, when you've got all your file, your music, your sound file, the way you want it, you hit File, Export, and you want to export it as an MP3. And from there, you can upload it to a podcasting, like a broadcaster. We use a site called Buzzsprout, it has a free option. But pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to have to pay some kind of a monthly fee. We initially started out Buzzsprout for free and then moved, I think, to a $12 a month plan. And from there, that's less my department. Paul kind of was the one to organize that, but you make it available. He just emails the whole school community to set it out. You can also, do other things. You can, like our podcast is currently on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on a bunch of different ones to where you can include a link to your file, or you can just tell parents, hey, it's on there. Just go to Spotify, search, whatever the name of your podcast is, and it should come up. So yeah, that's kind of the main points. Hopefully this was helpful, and you can always email me directly or through Paul, and that will, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions to my ability to answer them, or help, come out to your school and just help if you got some stuff. So troubleshooting, I'm available. Anyway, yeah, I think we're done. Bye.